All right, you guys. Hello everyone, it is princess_mini4 and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, this is going to be my first day of work. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit that notification bell and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a post. All right, y'all, so it is literally 7:48. I don't have barely any time to talk to y'all. I don't know what it is in the morning. It's just like, no matter, I got up at 5:30 this morning and I was rushing, like literally rushing. I didn't eat any breakfast and I don't know what took so long. My grandmama's always telling me, girl, is you reading that Bible? And I'm like, you know what? I'm driving on my way to work today and I'm like, you know what? It probably is that Bible. And it ain't in a bad way, because y'all know how much I love the Lord and everything. And that's why I'm like, I don't care how early I got to get up. I still want to have time to read my Bible. But now I'm like, I might have to read my Bible when I get back home. Like, just go home, go in my bedroom so I can close the door and have no distractions, because I prefer to read it in the morning because it's quiet and nobody's awake and I'm already like easily distractible. So it's like, that's why I like to read my Bible in the morning and stuff. But I'm like, I don't got time. And then of course this morning I had to clean out my ears, because every now and then my ears get really full of wax. But that took like 5 minutes, you know? So I don't really know what took so long. It's like, I'm hopping out the shower at like 7:05 and I'm like, I'm trying to leave at 7:15, which y'all know I left at like 7:25, which is not horrible because my job is like 15 minutes away from my house. But it's like, you know, it's my first day. I don't want to be, you know, walking in at 8. I personally wanted to walk in a little bit earlier, which I'm still going to. My grandma was like, you must have been speeding. And I was, but not on purpose. Like, I have a tendency to match the car in front of me. So if we at a light together and you pull off, I'm gonna pull off with you. So if you speeding, we all speeding. Then I look down, I'm like, why am I going 60? I said, oh no, let me back up. So I slowed up, because no, that's crazy, because the cop ain't gonna stop him, he gonna stop me because I'm the one behind him. But here I am, y'all. Today's my first day of work. I am going to be a medical assistant at a pediatric facility, well, a pediatric office. I will say that this is not the job I wanted, but it's the job I have. I am not ungrateful. I am so grateful to have this job. But by the time I finished my medical assistant program, I was like, I don't think I want to do pediatrics, because I don't want to have to be the one to always hurt children. I'm going to be the one giving kids vaccines, throat swabs, taking, you know, their blood and stuff. And that's just not what I really wanted to do, because I've been a kid before, but I was always a weird kid. None of that stuff bothered me. I loved it. I was always the one begging my doctors for more. But majority of kids scream and cry and kick, and every time they see me, they're gonna remember that I'm the one that gave them the shot. And I didn't want to do that. And also, like, you know, I didn't want this job, you know, and I have this job. I'm grateful for it. You know, a job is better than no job. And at least if I work here for a few years and then go to my dream job, I still have experience. You know, it's really a blessing, because I have no experience. I finished school in May and here I am in July, beginning of July. Today's date is Monday, July 7th. This is the beginning of July and I have a job with no experience. And I didn't apply to this job. They sent my resume out, went for the interview, I got the job, you know. So it's a blessing in disguise. And the thing is, I'm over here saying I didn't want to work pediatrics, but I'm like, maybe the Lord wanted me to work pediatrics. Like, I need to remember that this ain't my life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna head in there, y'all. I will probably talk to you guys. I don't know where I'm gonna sit at for my lunch. I gotta walk in here with a book bag, a lunch pail, my water, and I got this coffee from Dunkin'. Like, and I don't even know if I'm even gonna be able to drink it. I got a lot of stuff to bring in here, and I need to go because it's 7:52, and my grandma is yapping. Hold on. But yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, it's the first day, I'm gonna really have to work on my routine, because this is not gonna work, you know. I'm gonna have to I'm not getting up no earlier than 5:30, so I'm gonna have to, I don't know, y'all, I really don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but something's gonna have to change, something's gonna have to give, because, you know, I don't know. But like I said, I'm heading in now. I will pretty much probably most likely talk to you guys when I get home. I'm training for the first, I think, what, a month? I think I'm training for the first month. And you're on probation for 90 days. I don't know if it's 90 days in general, like including the weekends and the days you don't work, or is it 90 weekdays when you're actually at work? Because right now my schedule is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. only, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for the next 2 weeks, but I don't really know anything else. But I need to get up in there, y'all. I most likely probably sweated off all my deodorant already. It's just a lot, y'all. But I will talk to you guys probably when I get home. All right, you guys. So it is currently 12:01. It is my lunch break. I'm not gonna always sit in my car for my lunch break because that's literally just a waste of gas. And I'm probably not gonna sit here for the whole hour either. But I just decided to, so I can come back and talk to y'all today. But we get an hour lunch, y'all, from 12 to 1, and it's also paid, which is amazing. Yeah, so far it has not been bad. I haven't done really anything, like I'm pretty much just observing. So I've been watching the girl, and she's very nice. She was cracking me up because she came late, and she was like, you know, you be going through it. Like, if it wasn't for me like speeding to get here and stuff, I probably would have been late too. But I don't know what it was this morning. And I got up at 5:30. I'm like, what time do I need to get up so I'm not running late? It's annoying. But yeah. And my grandma was cracking me up. I'm sitting there at work and she's just texting. I'm like, sis, I'm still at work. Like, you know, even though they don't really seem to have like a phone policy. I mean, like, as long as you're not like recording your patients or even like bringing your phone back there with you, because I would never bring my phone with me. I was only bringing it with me today because I had this trouble logging in, and I still can't log in to my little EHR thing, which is why I did not go and get certified for the EHR thing, because every single place you go to has their own EHR. So I was like, I'm not going to sit there and go and get certified just to have to relearn it all again. So I can't really like learn it for real, but hopefully after this whole hour of not trying to log in, maybe I'll be able to log in. We'll see, because I had to wait for it, then I had to call the tech, and then he's like, you're not even doing it right, you got to do it this way. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, I pretty much just been watching the lady. She's been giving vaccines, and they don't cry too much, you know, but it still kind of makes me feel bad, you know, like the little like 2-month-old baby just crying. Like, that's so sad. But I know it's a part of life, and it is what it is. But yeah, so I've been watching her give vaccines and like not draw them up, because they're kind of already drawed up. You know, you just have to like put the needle part on there. And then she's telling me like all about the forward checks, because I learned about that as well. And then she's been calling patients back, getting their height and weight. I haven't seen her do any other vitals. I know she had to do respiration. But yeah, I don't think I've seen her do pulse or blood pressure yet. So, but sis, relax. Today is probably just all observing, because I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday also this week. And I think it's the same next week. But I don't really know what else. But I'm gonna show y'all what I got for lunch. I got me a turkey and cheese sandwich, pretty much. So it's honey turkey with white American cheese, and then, oh, my tomatoes all fell out. So I also got me some tomatoes and some cucumbers, just to try to be a little healthy. So I don't know how I'm gonna show y'all this. My tomatoes supposed to be up in here, but they don't fell out. But that's my lunch. Then I have, remember, if y'all watch my video, my little, I don't know why I keep looking, but this is my mayonnaise. If y'all watch my before work haul, I don't know what I called it, but I put it inside of this so it doesn't make my bread soggy. And I'm mad at the tomatoes moved, because now my bread is probably gonna be soggy anyway. Then I've had these for so long, so I got these two things, and I might not eat the both of them now, because we can literally eat whenever we're sitting back there. But I've been on the go all day just following her doing stuff, so I ain't really had no time for nothing. I'm like, let me run to the bathroom real quick. I've already been to the bathroom twice. But this I bought for breakfast just in case I couldn't tolerate that coffee. It wasn't bad. I just didn't really care for the taste. I think I just gotten used to tea, and I don't really care for coffee anymore. I have to spread on my mayonnaise. Tell me why the other day my grandma was in my car and she was like, girl, your car is filthy. I said, all right, you ain't gotta say all that. And you right, but then I got some cherries. I know it's like a big lunch, but I'm actually starving, so I'm gonna sit here and I'm going to eat, probably put on some music or something, maybe watch a YouTube video. I got an hour lunch, like, well, at this point I got 45 minutes. They want us to be back in there by like 12:55, and I'll probably be in there sooner than that so I can use the bathroom and everything. Oh, let me text her, I'm on my lunch. So yeah, I'm about to eat. I got a spread on, let me move back. I got a spread on my mayonnaise, which I just lost it. Where's my mayonnaise? Right here. And I bought a little knife, but it seems the office seems really good. I met both of the providers. I think there's 3 providers someday, but today is just 2 providers. Yeah, my bread is soggy. They're very nice, you know. I haven't really had to talk to them that much, but and the other MAs, they're kind of new too, because they can't even give vaccines yet. You have to work there for a little while before you can give vaccines, so they're kind of new as well. And I think really only 2 of them are giving vaccines. So I'm trying to think, like, there's 2 let me see, 1, 2 of the new girls, and then there's me. Then there's a other lady, and then the one who's training me, and then another one. And the other one, she seems to sit majority of the time, but I don't know, there's different levels to being an MA, you know, so I don't know. And I'm not judging, I'm just, you know, being observant. I'm just looking and seeing, like, okay. But the only thing I'm really scared of is just obviously messing up. Not really with the vaccines, but, like, you know, you get some judgmental parents. But today all the parents been nice. You know, none of them said, why is she in here? None of that. Like, they was all chill. Like, it's been a good day. And I know I was, like, not irritated about this job, but like I said, it's just, this wasn't not my dream job, but I don't think I really wanted to do pediatric, even though I do love seeing the kids. Y'all know I absolutely love and adore children, but it's just, I hate to be the one that has to hurt them all the time. I guess that's, like, that just shows I'm a good person. I don't want to sit there and hurt no kids, which I really don't. Even though all the babies the baby babies we've done today, they cry for like a little minute, the mom or the dad picks them up, and then the baby's fine. But that still ain't gonna make me feel no better. Like, that's still a kid. Like, that's sad. But yeah, some days I might leave for lunch. Probably not, though. The parking isn't that great here, and I don't think I'm going to, like, want to lose my parking spot. Right now it's not too bad. I don't know if it's because it's Monday, but yeah, I was hoping I would get, like, my full schedule, but I don't think I will, because the lady who hired me left. It's my sandwich. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to give y'all a little update so far. I will probably talk to you guys when I'm back home. So far, I'm loving it. You know, I didn't think I would hate it, but it's just a lot of running around. I'm sure there are certain days where it's not as busy, but for the next 2 weeks, I'm on the 8 to 5 shift. There's also like an 11 to 8 shift, so I don't know. But y'all just gonna have to subscribe and join the ride. All right, you guys, so it is 5:43. Well, 44, and I am home now. Well, I've been home for about maybe like 15-20 minutes, because I came in here, unpacked my bag, unpacked my lunch bag, washed my dishes, kind of started preparing my lunch for tomorrow. Yeah, once I get my life figured out, I will do like I'm not going to call them a morning and a night routine, because that's not what they are. It's going to be my before work routine and my after work routine. And there will be 2 different ones, because there are certain days where I'll have to go in late, which late I'm going in at 8. I'll be going in at 11. Not really that much different, but I have more time in the morning. So there will be 2 different, but I'll put them in the same video. So just make sure you subscribe and be looking out for that, probably next month. But I don't know, my face looks so greasy. Like, I literally don't put grease on my face. That's insane to me. Anyway, today was a good day. I mean, it's my first day. Like, I didn't expect much. Actually, I was told by the hiring manager that all I would do all day was sit down and watch videos. But I probably was supposed to, you know, like the little training videos. But it literally, I could not log in, and I finally logged in at 4:43. I clock out at 5, which I don't clock in and out or anything because I'm not even on payroll. So I don't know what's up with that. Like, I hope I got paid for what I did today, even if I didn't do much. But actually, I did do some stuff. So I'm gonna do a quick rundown because I don't want to talk too much, because in this video, that's all I'm doing, because I can't really show y'all me at work, because the whole time they got the patients' names up. I had all the list of patient names. I probably will never film at work, you know. Sorry about that. But I'm not trying to lose my license. I seen a freshly nurse, like graduated the day before, went to work the next day, went on TikTok live and lost her license. I'm not trying to do that stupid stuff. But anyway, you know, I walked in there, you know, I had to wait a few minutes for the trainer to come because she was running late. It's fine, she got a small kid. Stuff like that don't bother me. Then she starts showing me around. They show me where the kitchen is. They show me like what's like all the stuff in the room. She showed me all the rooms and the blood pressure and how to stock it and wash it and clean it up, you know, because after a patient comes in there, you clean it up and everything. Then pretty much the majority of the day, because I was on hold with the IT for a long time, and then I emailed them and I was playing phone tag with them and stuff. That was annoying. Then I was able to start calling a few patients back and doing some of the vitals. So I was able to call back them, and then as soon as you call them back, they have a little temperature gun. You take their temperature, because a lot of the visits today were kind of well visits, like just kind of like, you know, they're coming in there just for like, you know, routine shots, routine visit, like yearly physical, whatever. There were a few sick ones, but not too many. And there's 3 providers there, and tomorrow I think it's going to be 4 providers. Tomorrow or Wednesday is going to be 4 providers. So the office has up to 4 providers, and you typically would be under a provider, but all day we was sharing each other's, you know what I'm saying? So it's not really like that. We're all like, they're kind of close knit and they kind of help each other out. Because the other girl be like, hey, you know, can you take this patient back? She's sure. And then they'll go take the patient. So it seems to be a really nice, close knit. I feel like I would have no problem with anybody there. But yeah, so soon after you take their temperature, you get their height and their weight, then you bring them into the room, then you have to verify who is with the kid. So you say, are you mom? Are you dad? Okay, then they're like, yeah, I'm mom. You have to get their name, so you write down their name. I was never taught in medical assistant school. I didn't know they really cared about who the kid came with. That's kind of cool. Then it's like, you know, do they have any allergies, and are they taking any new medications? Then, you know, you do the blood pressure, you do sometimes, well, depending on what the kid is there for, that you'll do right after the height and weight, you'll do their vision and their hearing. But usually for the sick visits, you just take them right into the room, and you have to get like, depending on like if it's a breathing problem, you want to get like the blood pressure, you want to get like the pulse and SpO2, you know, all that stuff. And for certain kids, which I had not have to do yet, but they do the capillary sticks. And this one girl had problem with it, but she didn't really have. Well, certain kids it's going to be hard to do, because I remember doing it in school. But she was having a lot of problems with the parents today, and that's the crazy thing, because like, we are not here to hurt your child. We want to help your child. We want to make sure your child is good. We want to make sure it's easier for the provider as well. So I don't know why parents be hampering medical assistants, because when the doctor come in there, they're like, but they want to give the medical assistants a hard time. That's kind of messed up. Like, and look, I'm gonna be like, look, if you don't want me to give your kid a shot, I can ask the provider, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he not gonna come in here and give you the shot because they don't. You know, they know how to, but they typically don't. So I'm like, you either got me or the provider, and he's not gonna do it. So you only got me. I'm not gonna really be like that, but honestly, I just don't understand. Like, if we're here to help your child, why are you giving us a hard time? Like, I understand like the first time parents, you're like so worried, but we don't want to hurt your child either. We here because we love children and we want to help children. We're not here to hurt you or your child. So, but yeah, I saw a whole bunch of kids getting vaccines today. So she was showing me how to like get them out of the fridge, and you know, because there's certain insurances, You know, certain insurances get these ones, certain insurances get those ones, and certain ones you have to draw up because it's like a powder. You got to put stuff in it and shake it up, and then you have to verify it. You verify it when it's in the fridge, then you take it out, you verify it against the sheet, then you take it to a colleague to verify so they could verify it. Then when you get in the room, you verify it with the parents. So with those 4 checks, you should never give the wrong person the wrong vaccine, you know, at that point. Then she showed me how to scan in stuff and how to log in things. So I did a lot today, you know, and it was a good day. The doctor, when we left out, he was like, it was a slow day, but he was like, you have a lot to learn. And he was like, how was your first day? I said, it was good. You know, he was a nice dude. He had drove off in his Tesla. I said, them pediatricians make money, don't they? But so far I like everyone. There's certain days where I'll have to travel to a different office, which is like 30 minutes away, this one is 15, which is 30 minutes away with no traffic. So it's about 45 minutes with the morning rush traffic, you know. So in certain days, like I said, I'll go in at 11 versus going in at 8. So, and then the days I go in at 11, I'll get off at 8 because that's like their late days when they're doing like emergency visits or just clinics. So people are just coming in for flu shots, this shot, that shot, blah, blah, blah. Then normal days you get off at 5. Which I did walk out before 5, and I was like, I probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm not on payroll, so I don't have to clock in and clock out, and they don't even have my schedule up yet. Well, she told me my schedule via text, so I'm just going to go by that. But yeah, I'm not on any payroll or anything yet, so I was like, my trainer left, I'm leaving with my trainer. So, you know, because she's training me. And what else is there? I think one Saturday a month they are open half a day. So I think they kind of alternate who does that, which right now I'm new, and I think there's 2 other new people, so we can't give vaccines. So it's only certain, like, and actually there's 2 new but not new because they also can't give vaccines, but they do everything else. They do like the capillary stick, all that stuff, but they can't do vaccines yet. So you work there for a little while, you know, training and everything. Then once they feel like you're good at vaccines, and I think you get certified in doing that, then, you know, you finally start to do everything. So yeah, y'all, that is how my day went. Got myself a job. I don't know, when I was first leading up to this job, I would think I was just more so upset about the fact that I will have a job versus the fact about this job. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, God ain't put me on this earth just to work, and then die. Like, he wanted me to have a life, you know, but I might have a life, you know. I just kind of just, like I said, it's going to take me about a month to get used to this, you know, used to having less time for me, you know. And that's one thing I already changed. Like, on the weekends, I'm not going to work out. Even though that's only 30 minutes, I want those 30 minutes to be resting because it's a lot of work, you know, standing and, you know, stressing and stuff. So I'm like, nope. And I got my little melatonin to take tonight, y'all, because I did not get much sleep at all last night. I got like 4 hours because I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all see these candles? I don't know if y'all can see them. Hold on. Those 2 Yankee candles down there, they're on timeout. Why are they on timeout, you may ask? Oh yeah, I hung up anything up there, but they're on timeout because they decided that they wanted to move on my dresser. They just wanted to move on my dresser. And my uncle and my grandma keep trying to come up with these excuses. She was like, the house is settling. My uncle said it's because your dresser is leaning. I'm like, y'all do not know. I had like 16 candles once in my room. They were all lined up on my dresser for like a year. They never moved. Why in the last week, and the first one was like the beginning of June, why did they all of a sudden just slide on my dresser? I didn't see them move, but when I woke up, and I would go to change my calendar like I do every day, why is my candle right there touching my calendar? I'm like, huh? You know, so I'm like, oh no, y'all on timeout. So now y'all sitting on the floor. You know what I'm saying? There's something ain't right in this house. So I can't sleep at night because now I'm worried about more stuff moving in this room, because who knows? Y'all know I already was kind of scared of sleeping in this room, and now it's like all this stuff keeps on happening. I'm like not happy about that. So I had me some sleep tea last night. It did help me fall asleep, but it didn't keep me asleep. And for one reason, it's because it made me pee. But I did fall asleep really good, because usually when I sleep in here, I don't fall asleep that. It takes me about an hour-ish to fall asleep. But it did help me fall asleep. So I'm hoping these help me fall asleep and I get to stay asleep all night. I'm gonna start going to bed at like 10:30 and I'm gonna be getting up at 5:30. So I want to get at least 7 hours of sleep. The thing is, I get enough hours of sleep. Like if I go to bed at 12, I get up at 9, but I'm not sleeping all night. You know, I'm up tossing and turning, you know, the show gets interesting, I gotta go pee. Like I just can't sleep like a normal person. It's like, you know, working in the medical field, I need some sleep, you know. And my coffee was not bad. I wasn't a big fan of it. The mint chocolate chip from Dunkin', their little new ice signature latte, it was all right. It gave me a little bit of heartburn, but not bad. But tomorrow I think I'm gonna make breakfast at home, and I'm going to bring my black milk tea with me. And I use the bathroom about 4 times today at work, but that's okay. You know, I got all my water in, you know, I got to eat. I know for sure I have me a lunch every day at 12, and they shut down the office at 12. Not shut down, but everybody's on their break. So everybody's on their lunch for 1 hour. And yeah, y'all, like honestly, I like it so far, you know. I do feel like time will definitely fly. I came home and saw kids bouncing on the trampoline. I said, oh, to be a kid, because I'm coming home from work and y'all been chilling all day. But yeah, I will probably do like an update video. Right now I'm considered temporary because they call you temporary until you get off of your probationary, because sometimes you may not be a good fit, or you may decide this ain't the job that you want to do. So if you leave after your temporary position is over, it doesn't look bad on your resume, because you know it looks bad on your resume if you like work a job for like 6 months and then you leave. Not horrible, but it doesn't look that good. They prefer you to at least work for a year, you know. So yeah, hopefully, you know, with the grace of God, I will get through this. Every day before I walk in that office, I'm gonna pray. And when I get there and I stock the rooms, I want to try to remember to pray over each room, just so each patient, you know, leaves the place and they're well and their family is well, and just everything goes smoothly, like me and my colleagues get along. Like prayer is gonna get me through this, you know. But yeah, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell knowing when I post, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, love you. And there will be a new playlist, I think, called like something. I'm gonna make a new playlist because the other one is like medical assistant schooling. So I'll just make a new playlist. But yes, bye guys, love you.